the system that encourages them to come into this country to work at lower wages. If they're going to come into this country and work for lower wages, at least it should be minimum wage. And then they should be put into a system where they pay taxes. Or they should become a citizen just like everybody else. You know, one of my neighbors in New York, my only neighbor on my little 40 acres in New York, she's a Vietnamese immigrant. And it took her 11 years to become a United States citizen. And she had to pull all sorts of strings. It was not easy for her. So why should it be any easier for the people that just come over the border than somebody from Vietnam? It shouldn't be. All right, let's take some more calls. Let's jump to Steve in Michigan. Steve, you're on the line.
Hello, Jason. How you doing this evening?
Good, man. Why don't you hold over because we are at a break. I got a little worked up with that last caller. We're going to cover even more news. Take your calls, 888-201-2244. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. Go check out the website, theinfowarrior.com. We have loaded phone lines, so we're just going to go straight to Steve in Michigan. Then we're going to get to Kevin, JT, Rod, and more. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. What's on your mind, Steve?
Yeah, I just had two comments, Jason. I was going to tell Alex when I talked to him earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. He spoke with Governor Ventura on Thursday, and Governor Ventura mentioned that his cameras, when he was up in Alaska doing the harp show, they malfunctioned, and I had an idea why they malfunctioned. I think it could have been focused RF that could do that. It's just radio frequencies.
But couldn't like an electromagnetic pulse also do that, like an EMP?
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, it's very possible. I mean, when you're dealing with weather weapons and HARP and the limited amount of information we have on any of those programs, including Mockingbird, which is completely insane, and just the little bit out there that's public, anything could be a possibility. And I don't think that they're going to have the technical know-how to go look at the cameras and see why they malfunctioned or even have that option. I only heard a little bit of that interview, but I definitely thought that was an interesting part. What else you got for me, Steve?
Yeah, about 6 weeks ago, I was in a bar. I had my 9/11 Inside Job T-shirt on, and I had a guy come up to me, and he gave me the routine, like you and Alex do. He gave me the retard. Hey, boy, what's wrong with you? You know, that's un-American to have a T-shirt that says that. Only communists thinks like that.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is really break down what that means. And I just gave in. I got on eBay like a week and a half ago, and I got myself the iPhone. I did it. I got the unlocked, jailbroken kind, so I don't necessarily have to stay with AT&T, and it's got some cool other features. But now, literally at the tap of a button, I will be able to access Building 7 coming down. I will be able to access the Newsweek article that admits that 3 of the hijackers trained on and lived at the Pensacola Navy Station in Florida. I will be able to go through different parts of Loose Change, Final Cut, and Fabled Enemies, both great pictures that I was involved in, produced one of them, wrote and directed the other, that I encourage people to go check out for free and make copies of and distribute, and say, well, what about this? You know, Diane Albrighton called the CIA on Walid al-Shiari and other hijackers, and nothing was done, and it's very weird that the Black Ops program, Able Danger, was following the same people and tried to go to the FBI 70-plus times, and we're not able to. So I encourage people to, if you're going to wear a shirt like that, and I wear shirts like that all the time. I wear the Investigate 9/11 shirt. I wear the 9/11 was an inside job shirt. I've got, geez, how did they get all those bombs into the World Trade Center shirt? I mean, I'm wearing the 1776 shirt today. I always have DVDs on me, too. I was at a restaurant the other day.
I do, too.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You say, look, you give them a couple of facts, you pique their interest, you try to relate to them on some level. I mean, you got a good old boy coming up to you like that. Maybe you can get on him with the carbon tax or Obama and socialism and how he's really just an extension of the last president because he hasn't changed any policies. He's just put them on steroids. It's like, yeah, we're going to get out of Iraq. But when I say get out of Iraq, I mean we'll have 50,000 troops there until the end of 2011, and then we'll decide from there. But at the same time, I'm going to redistribute forces into Afghanistan where we like to deal the opium and pay off Hamid Karzai's brother for the last 8 years who runs the opium. I mean, again, with a tool like the iPhone or the internet or having a laptop with you or having a DVD with you, you may be able to open eyes a lot quicker than you think. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged when that happens because that just means there's someone that had their interest peak and you may be able to open up that mind. I thank you for the call, Steve. Let's go to Kevin in Michigan. Kevin, you're on the line.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was calling. When is the end of flu season, really? And you've got schools, vaccinate until the end of November.
Well, I think they're going to actually bring it all the way in through January. And they're saying that it's so scarce that they might just have to wait till December or January to do this. And remember, at first they tried to sell you on a 3-spot shot flu and said that might be mandatory. Then they said, no, 2 should be enough. And now they'll settle if you're willing to take 1. And then they put out this artificial scarcity to try to get the dumbed down public out there to run out to a Walmart or a Walgreens and get the shot.
Yeah, I've got those flyers from Dr. Tenpenny, and I know a guy that works at the hospital, and he put them all around the hospital, and I took to some libraries too and posted them up.
Well, that is being a proactive info warrior, and we salute you here at Prison Planet and Infowars.com, Kevin. I thank you for the call. I really appreciate it. We're going to get to JT, Rod, David, and Scott on the other side. The call-in line is 888-201-2244. Here's a little financial news in this segment. Regulators shut down 2 more banks in Florida, 1 more in California. That's 123 banks down this year. But Jason, you were lying when you said the economy was going under. You were lying when you said banks were going to close. You were lying when you said gold was going to shoot up. Yet they all came true, didn't they? We'll be back after this. It's the Info Warrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.